You guys want to see a funny comment? Probably see it in my. This guy made me laugh so hard. All right, man. I will talk a little slower. All right, okay, guys. I've been slacking, guys. I've been slacking so much. It's crazy. I really need to get on my stuff. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about content to rank on the maps. That's going to be it. All right. So I'll make this really basic. Now, before I go into that, please, guys, do know that content is a pretty small factor, at least in my experience, of ranking the maps. Nevertheless, it is an important factor. Okay, it's a small factor and important. The only reason I say it's small is because most people get the content okay, but they just don't. Fuck, man. Jesus Christ, how do you extend this thing? All right, okay. Most people get the content okay because they're just trying to rank organically most of the times, but they just don't do a absolute fantastic job at it, I believe. All right, so I'm going to show you today how I believe you can do an absolute fantastic job for the maps. Okay. All right, so let's say you get a roofing client, okay, and you want to rank him for the maps, and he cares about maps, and you care about maps because you want to give him results. You're not trying to sell him some weird dream about ranking him for New York roofer and thinking that that's going to outdo ranking in Bronx, Queens, and Brooklyn in the maps for Brooklyn roofer, Brooklyn Queens, and Brooklyn Bronx, roofing Bronx. If that makes sense, right? Point is, if you get your client ranking in all three of that, he should be paying you $3,000, and he'll be getting a hell lot more results than ranking for all of New York organically. Kind of pointless intro, but let's get into it. All right, so roofing contractor. That is the primary category in your Google My Business listing, right? So when you verify that listing, or even before you verify it, you can pick what is the main service he provides. You click roofing contractor. When you're making the listing, you can only pick one. After it is verified or after the listing is created, you can actually go in there and put, I think, up to like 15 more categories. And a lot of people don't even go back to put more categories, which is shooting yourself in the foot, because it's basically Google My Business listing has a part in it built in to give you more maps relevancy. All right. So what you want to do is this. Now, I didn't go look into exactly what I have it set up, but guys, just look into it, and there's a lot of other stuff that your client does, and put those in there, okay? If you are getting him for roofing, and just for roofing, what I would do, the very next category is general. Okay, so you get it, right? Primary, secondary one, okay? General. After that, I believe you can go handyman. If not, if he's not a handyman, he just doesn't do small repairs and things like that. Do what's valid. Like, do what will actually, like, what he serves, right? But at the same time, do a trickle down. This is most important. Then this is a bit more broad, and then now you can actually, for the third one, you can go like something that's like a completely different service, but still put it, such as if he does siding, okay? Siding contractor. And then as you go down, S3, as you go down, you will look at every other service he does and then try out combinations. There's all kinds of combinations. There's things that you think is not there in the choices, but it is. Sometimes I go through and I feel like, oh, why don't they have this general choice? All right, so I can't put it, but then I look at some really insane niche thing, and then they have it. It's kind of weird, right? So check thoroughly what other stuff that your client does that you can put in there, right? For example, they have something like solar panel installation. Okay, so if your client does that, you can put that as third, fourth, fifth. You understand the point, all right? So now that you get how this works, let me go into the content of the page, all right? Now, before I get in there, let me let you know that the website that you put in the Google My Business listing, the URL, that's the page where this content should be in. What you're going to do, you're going to mirror the Google My Business listing content onto the page that it's pointing to. I'm saying that with the page is because not all the time we go for the home page, okay? Sometimes I have clients where their home page is like, let's say they're doing a town, right? And their side pages are the other nearby towns. Now, if I have a listing separately for the site page, then I'm going to put this content I'm about to show you in the site pages, right? All right. I realize talking fast again. So let me be a, let me not be a Japanese train and be an Indian train. All right, anyways. So the first thing we do is the H1, right? That's where it matters. H1 for the missing. So the H1 is where I try to get in the exact primary keyword word for word. Not roofing contractors, not roof contractor, nothing else but exactly the primary keyword. So it'll start with something like best roofing contractor in Bronx, New York. My classic example for my life. All right, let's say that's the H1. You following with me, right? We just mirrored the primary category with the H1 in the page. Now the second part is going to be qualifiers of the primary category. So what do I mean by that? Let's go into qualifiers, okay? So let's say I'm doing roofing contractors Bronx, okay? Roofing contractors Bronx. Okay, let's see your ranking for Bronx, okay? So roofing contractors Bronx, that's a word. I'll just take some notes and so you'll understand what I'm saying. What else can I type in which will bring a map and also serve the client? It's like a two bars, relation between two. One is it brings a map, how relevant it is, plus it serves the client. For example, okay, best roofing contractors Bronx. Does that bring a map? Check. Best roofing, best, this word is a qualifier for the word. But now you have to think about it. How many people would be typing in best roofing contractors Bronx? Maybe not that much, right? So you'd want to go with something like Bronx. It brings it up, right? And this is something that people would type up more than best, right? So you'd put that over best. It sounds like basic keyword research, you know, what people are typing in, you can get this from AdWords, but guess what? Not all the time it brings up a map. Not all the time all the keywords that we get for organic shows a map listing, right? Google has an algorithm for the map listing that's different from the organic, right? Not all the time it shows that. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that it actually brings up a map, and then we try to trigger that, or, you know, build it semantically, you can call it, or the LSIs, so that eventually when there's enough power, we rank for not just roofing contractor Bronx, but also roof repair Bronx, roof replacement Bronx. That's another one. I don't even have to look. I know it's really good. Like roof replacement Bronx, okay? And you can even go further into that by doing national keyword research in the Google Keyword Planner. If it ranks nationally, I mean, if it shows search volume nationally, it's usually a good indicator that you know, some people are typing up in local as well. But, you know, double check if the maps comes up, and if it does, then it could be, you know, if you're running out of stuff, that could be a way to get other keywords, right? Roof replacement specialist. Now it's getting tricky. It comes up. All right. So specialist is another keyword. The reason, now look at it. It seems like I just chose the word specialist, right? But there's more depth to it. I have some experience in the roofing industry, and I know when people are sometimes looking to get their entire roof replaced, it's a big deal. It costs them over $10,000, $15,000 easily. They want a specialist for roof replacement a lot of times. Somebody who has a really good reputation in just replacing full roofs. You know, he might be the best repair guy down the road, but I don't want to trust him with the roof replacement that I want to do for your house, because I want a specialist, right? So I chose this word with roof replacement because it'll serve the client. You get it? So you have to know your niche a bit. So do this for a while, and you basically what you'll have is a set of keywords that brings up the map results. It shows it up, it qualifies for it, and at the same time, it also, you know, you can go for it for your client, right? And while it will also help out for the organic in the long term if you want organic. It's not what I was gonna say, but that's what came in my head. Anyway, so you do this for a while. How many minutes are we at? 9 minutes. Oh my God, this is gonna be a long video. Okay. So what's next? What do I do next? Give me a second, guys. I get the keywords, and then once I do that, I build out a paragraph. The next paragraph is gonna be all about your client. And you know, using these keywords that we just came up with. Get like 30. Get at least 20 to 30. Keep on doing it until you get at least like 20. Okay? Get 20 of these because you're going to need it. All right? So That's what you do. And then you're going to use this list of like 20 to write a paragraph, or maybe 2 paragraphs, whatever it is you want to do. You can write it. So text, text, text. Get it? So what do we have now? We have H1, okay, tag, okay, maybe title, oops, what did I do? And then H1, and then some text, 200 to 300 words with all the main keywords that lines up with the category roofing contractor Bronx. And when I say category, I'm referring to the Google My Business listing, all right? Now going down, this is nugget number 1. Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Nugget, all right. Google looks at it if you talk literally with text. If you talk with text about geographic locations. So what am I talking about is this. If you have a client that is located, let's say like, I don't know, fuck man, New Rochelle. All right, let me just talk here. If you have a guy who's located in New Rochelle, okay, let's say he's located in the Main Street, and one of the nearest things that people come to New Rochelle for is New Rock Center. Okay, that's I'm so I feel ashamed. I've been living for 5 years, and since I never go to that place, and everybody travels so far to go to their fun place to watch movies, it's called a New York Center. Basically, long story short, guys. Basically, what it is, it's a place where a lot of people come to New Rochelle for. It's a famous location. It's a landmark in New Rochelle. So what I'll do is, I know I was talking about Bronx, but I don't know anything in Bronx, so I'm gonna use New Rochelle. What I'll do is, if my client was in New Rochelle and he's located here, I would say something, I would weave it into the text somewhere that, hey, this is our office, we are just off highway, blah, blah, blah. Get it? I'm talking literally driving directions, and if you want help with this, you can actually go to Google Maps and put your client's address, okay, and see the directions that it is, and use some of those lines. Because Google has those in their system, right? So they know if you use exactly one of those lines to get on the highway before you come in the New Rochelle Road and you're headed towards this roofer, they will catch it. It matters semantically. I love that word nowadays. Anyways, so you want to weave that in at least once in that page, if not twice, right? So you'd say something like, my client is, we are located from highway this, take a left and you'll be here. And if you're bringing your kids, one good place to put them would be New Rock Center. Then you link out to New Rock Center. What do you just do? Normally we always link out to other authority websites about, roofingcontractor.com, maybe Wikipedia. By the way, don't use Wikipedia anymore because every other SEO is doing that. But what we are now linking out to is another landmark around us. Geo. Synonyms with maps, right? You're trying to rank in maps. You kind of have to let go the want and the crave to rank in organic, I don't know if you have that like me, because I've been doing organic for so long that now I'm getting into maps. It's like, oh shit, okay, I don't have to link to all these other websites. Most of it can be geo, right? So you're linking out to somewhere nearby that's a landmark. Then you can link out to another place that could be good for the adult. Whatever it is, okay? Just link out to 1 or 2 places, that's geo. Sorry guys, I'm making this video longer than it should be, but just, at least I'm giving you the nuggets, making sure it's getting across. All right, so next is, okay, what do we call this nugget? Geo-relevance. Relevancy with linking out to landmark nearby client's location, plus some driving directions. Alright, so that's that. And next what you want to do is this. The second category that you took, that's what you're going to talk about here. Second category. Now again, this is going to be an H2. H2 tag, and you're going to write a sentence with the word exactly general contractor in there. Then after that, you're going to write a block of text. That's going to be all the qualifiers. That same thing we did here. You're going to go find it for general contractor now and do the same thing. Get it? All right. So that's pretty much it. Okay. Put some nuggets with geo-relevance. Do the normal SEO with linking out and stuff like that. And then qualifiers. This is mainly what people never do. This is what the main video this is about. Because all the other stuff about, directories and where to get powerful links and geo-relevance and all that stuff, you can get in other videos. There's other videos in YouTube, but I don't see anywhere they talk about this, and it's very important because I've seen a lot of fast results from this. Now, I do a bunch of other stuff at the same time. Just disclaimer, guys. I do a bunch of other stuff at the same time that all work together, and I don't test them separately. One, I don't have that much time, and two, since it works when I do them in this sequence, I just do them all at the same time. So if you were to ask me, oh, if I do just this and didn't do directories, I'll be like, why the fuck would you do that? Right? So don't ask me those questions of like, how important is it to do this? I just do it. I know it's important, and you should too. All right, so that's that. And let's see if I'm missing anything. So you would basically go out and write a text with this H2s about the other categories that you have, and after that, you're pretty much done, right? Obviously, you do the other stuff, which I should make another video about if you don't know, such as geotag your images. Don't use a generic image ever for your client website for any reason whatsoever, especially in 2017, because there's rumors in 2018 there actually could be like flagging map listings that has like images that are not original. Okay, so don't do that. There's no reason for you to do that. Okay, even if they didn't have that rumor and it's not true, you still wouldn't do that because it helps you rank by putting geotagged images. I made a video about how to geotag them, so you can check that out. Basically, you want your client to take pictures everywhere they do jobs, get them in that habit. Okay, if there's two habits you want to get your clients to, is one, ask for reviews every time they do a good job, and two, take a picture every time they're done with the job, and then send it to you through an email, upload it to a folder, however it's easier for them, and then you can take it from there and use it on your content and Google My Business listings. So use those same images here, and if you can, put a YouTube video as well that has some that was taken in the same kind of. Now I'm going too far. Now this is not about the content, guys. Peace out. Peace. That's how you do the content for maps rankings. If you guys want to know more and certain questions about maps with YouTube or how you can integrate things, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Let me know in the comments, I guess. Peace.